Facebook's going in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everyone. Signing on for our morning flow with Shana Rae.
Good morning, friends. Shana Rae here. My first time teaching live. I'm so happy to be here. I miss my studio. Just pulling up today, I feel a little bit lighter just kind of being here in the studio. Even though I don't see you physically here, students, I know that you're watching, and if you're not watching now, maybe you'll catch it a little later.
So give us a thumbs up if you could hear and see well.
I hope you guys can see me.
Comment. Let us know who is joining us.
So if you are joining us, roll out your mat. If you have props, I invite you to bring your props to your mat or right alongside your mat. If you have a blanket or a bolster, get comfortable. Bring them all near you. You never know what you might need. I'm just so happy to be able to share this practice and to be with you guys here today. So please start laying down wherever you are. Come into that Shavasana position. And just get yourself comfortable. If you want to bring a blanket underneath your head, that's fine. Just make sure your shoulders are clear of the blanket. Make sure you're still on the mat. And just relax your arms a little bit. Fingers, toes. And just allow your ankles to kind of open up a little bit here. Move around a bit, so settle the back of your shoulders, move into your hips a little bit. Just take a moment to settle here. When you begin your practice, consider the physical body relaxing first. That might be the best way to begin, the easiest way to kind of tune in, just to feel the body. And this month long here at the studio, it's all about mindfulness, and of course, during these uncertain times we're going through now, it's often forgotten how to practice mindfulness. So we have to constantly remember to be here now, to be present, to tune in, and try our best to tune out at the same time. So take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, side out. Once more, breathing in. Exhale, side out. So just taking the time to scan the body. And while we're all doing our best to combat fear, panic during these uncertain times, I'm reminded of my self-love, compassion, and my meditation that's all about love and kindness. So even if you are new to metta, or if you're not commonly one to practice any type of self-love, whether it be meditation or just kind of patting yourself on the back, I invite you to find your breath and to lay that foundation of self-love right on top of your heart. And even if it doesn't really feel like it's that authentic, or maybe you're not even believing it at all times, you're still laying that foundation right over your heart. So if and when you're ready to expand that heart and find that love, it'll be there, right on top of your heart to seep in. May I be filled with love and kindness. May I be kind to myself in good times and in bad. May I be well and live at ease. Take a nice stretch, reach the arms overhead, point your toes, and lift that heart. Draw the shoulders back. Like that morning stretch. Maybe you're trying to shrug your shoulders like you're reaching back behind you. And And then you can point your toes, flex your feet a little bit. Good. Clasp your fingers and press the palms away from you. Draw the shoulders back. Again, lifting the heart, arching the back. Exhale, side out. And then bend your knees and hug them into your chest. You can wrap your arms around your legs here. And maybe you start to slowly draw your nose to your knees. And then take a nice stretch. Reach it out. Inhale. And then as you exhale, draw it in. And breathe in, stretch it out. Exhale, draw it in. And just from here, releasing your head and your shoulders, and just kind of rock your knees. Make a little circle. Massage the back. Good, and then move in the opposite direction here. Counterclockwise. Good, and just pause through center. We'll start with a twist here. The arms can come out into a T position. Let your knees drop over to the right side. Maybe you use your right hand on top of the left thigh and you turn your gaze to the left. Or you keep your head in a neutral position. Try to press back to the shoulders. Breathing into the lower back. With every breath, you find a little bit of energy in the spine. Breathing into the side of the rib cage. Back of the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. And back through center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then prepare to twist, letting the knees drop to the left. Left hand can gently be placed on the legs just to help you ground here. Pressing into the back of the shoulders and the upper back. You might even turn that palm down to give you a little bit more sense of grounding. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back through center, hug your knees. Take a little happy baby pose, pressing your heels up. Maybe you reach for the outer blades of your feet. The knees are wide. Bring your knees towards your elbows and kind of just rock it out a little bit. You might even stretch the legs out a little bit. Draw the tailbone down. Keep pressing into the back. Invite your feet to touch as we bring them down to the mat. Supta Baddha Konasana. Just a nice softness in the outer hips. Feet touch. Climb down angle here. And again, maybe your palms, they're giving you that grounding sensation. Let's take a deep breath here. Another opportunity to just consider the breath, consider where you are here. And don't be so hard on yourself if your mind wanders away. If you find it hard to stay focused. It's part of that self-care and self-love. It's just to be okay with what is. We don't have to judge ourselves so hard. Let us just be here. Maybe reach the arms overhead. And you can bend your elbows, offering a nice sense of openness through the chest. As we work into the hips, outer thighs, and the glutes too. Just nice long lines through the front of the body. Breathing into the chest. Expanding through the sternum. Lifting through the heart. encouraging all that love in. And release your arms back down at your sides and bring your feet to the mat, hip width. And you can just kind of rock them side to side here. A windshield wiper movement, just to release the lower back. And so pause through center. We're going to come through a bridge pose. Using our palms, we're pressing down right alongside our hips. We'll press into the feet. We'll lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And try to keep the neck long by just drawing the shoulders away from your ears. Make sure your feet are planted here and keeping the engagement in your inner thighs. Take another deep breath, hips lift. Exhale, lower it down. This time edge your arms. As you inhale, press down, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, arms and hips. Try to lower them at the same time. One motion. So we're connecting our movement with our breath. Inhale, arms and hips. Exhale, arms and hips lower down. Consider that control. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Once more here. Inhale, lift your hips. Stretch the arms out. And exhale, slow and steady to the mat. Then move those knees side to side. And let's come back through center, hug your knees. You take a little fetal position over on the right, just pausing a moment here. Be mindful of your connection to your breath. No matter where you are in this practice, no matter where you are in this very moment. Let us be here now. So when you're ready, come to a comfortable seat. Feel free to sit up on the edge of a blanket. You can use a prop if you have. It's always best to lift your seat a little bit here so that your hips are a bit higher than your knees. You're less likely to round here. You're more likely to lift up. Just relax the shoulders, relax your arms. Take a moment to reconnect with your breath. Take a moment to consider your self-care, self-love, and compassion. We must start with ourselves before we can inspire love and kindness. It starts with us, each and every one of us. Bring the hands to the heart and setting your intention. Maybe that intention is just to find more self-love and kindness. Together we'll Om, take a deep breath in. Open your eyes, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms down at your sides. So just bring your chin to your chest. Let's roll the neck here to the right side. And back through center. Half circle to the left. And back through center. So you can just take these little half circles to begin with. Keeping it slow and steady. And then we'll slowly take a full circle to the right shoulder and back. And back to the left and toward the center of the chest. And breathing. And breathe out. And just move that circle in the opposite direction. And just noticing what comes up. Back through center, chin, knee to the chest, and then return to that neutral spine and lift the arms up, breathe in. And fold forward right over your legs here and just extend the arms out. And using the fingertips maybe to get a little bit more length, you can walk it forward. Hinging from the hips. Take a deep breath, look forward, exhale, side out. We're going to walk our hands over to the right corner of the mat, still pressing back into our sits bones, reaching the fingers out in front of you. Maybe you feel a little bit longer through that left side. Inhale, and exhale back through center. And then you can take it over to the left side, walking it out a little bit further, those right fingertips, gaining a little bit more length here. Breathe. Moving back through center, take a deep breath here, inhale, filling up the back of the body, and exhale, just side out. And just rolling it up, nice and slow. So let's take our time and move into a child's pose. Child's pose can be you can come through that just through your tabletop, sitting back onto your heels. Extending the arms. If you find it more comfortable to open the knees a bit wider, you can do so. If sitting on your heels seems impossible today, you can bring a blanket there. You can bring a block there. And just take a moment in this resting pose. You just feel free to find time here, whether it's to rest, maybe you need to reset. Or just reinforce why you're here and why you're practicing. Readily available to you throughout your practice, anytime. Let us be here now. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, sigh out. So let's come forward into that tabletop position. So we're going to line up our shoulders and our wrists. Our knees will be underneath our hips. Tuck your toes here. We're just going to start to rock a little bit side to side. So this is a good way to kind of feel some weight in your palms and establish a firm foundation. So consider removing any space beneath the knuckles, making sure your fingers are spread out wide, and you're kind of making sure the weight in your hands are evenly distributed. And then you can move into these little circles. There is no wrong or right way to kind of move into this shape. Switch it up a little bit, coming back into your seat. And feeling that nice stretch in the balls of the feet and the soles of the feet as well. Moving it through. Good. And pausing here, take the right foot behind you and just work through that little runner's runner's lunge, you can circle your heel a little bit here. Again, grounding the palms. You want that resistance so you can stretch your ankle and your calf. Good. And then start to shift some weight forward so the shoulders are on top of the wrists. And lift your right foot. Extend the left arm forward, alternating arm and leg balance here. Keep the gaze forward and drawing the belly button up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the knee and the elbow to meet through center. Stretch here, breathe. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Good. Inhale, stretch it back and take it back to all fours. Left side. Stretching that left foot back through the little runner's lunge. Just moving through the stretch. Move your ankle. Rotate it here. Keep in mind your palms. Keep grounded here. And start to shift the weight forward so the shoulders and wrists are lined up, and find your left leg up. Keep your gaze forward. Right arm reaches out in front of you. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, draw it in. Elbow meets the knee. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, elbow meets the knee. Inhale, breathe. Gazing forward. Exhale, draw it back in. Good. Inhale, coming back to all fours. So from here, I'd like to warm up with a little puppy pose, which is just a modified version of your downward facing dog. So keeping the toes tucked, I'm going to start to walk the arms forward. I'm keeping my hips lifted here, and I'm working my heart down, maybe the chin, maybe the forehead. And let this be available to you if you're not feeling downward facing dog. I always like to work this first, considering the hips, considering that heart open. Take a deep breath. And try to relax the muscles of your face here. No need to hold tension there. And consider the back of the heart here, that space behind the shoulder blades. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Slowly walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And we'll take it from a thread of the needle. So the right arm is going to reach up. And we're going to thread it underneath the left arm. The right ear comes down. Keep your toes tucked so the weight is moving back, away from your head and neck. And you can stretch the left arm forward, staying here. Or if you're looking for a bit more in the upper back and shoulder, take that left arm around your back. Breathe in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release that bind if you have, and press your left palm down and take the right hand back down. We'll do the same thing on the left. Reach the left arm up, thread it through. Right arm forward. Always an option to use a block here too. You can bring that to rest your head on here if it's helpful, or a blanket, whatever you have. And if you found that bind and you'd like to do so on the other side, take that arm around your back. Breathe in. And release that right arm down, pressing down. Come back up to your tabletop. We're going to settle it back into child's pose. Take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's ground the palms, tuck the toes, and lift the hips up high for downward facing dog. So start here, just pedaling out your legs, swaying your hips a little bit, doing what comes natural when you find this pose. And maybe this is the first one of the day, week, month. You don't have to tell me, your body already knows. Your body's speaking to you right now, but let's be kind. Again, no judgment. Here we are. We're doing the best we can in every sense, in our physical practice, in our meditations, in our salutations to our friends and our family. We're all here. Take a deep breath. Exhale, side out. Next, inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees. Keep your toes tucked right into cow-facing pose. So let the belly drop, tailbone reach. Exhale, release the toes and round through a cat spine. Inhale, forward, tuck your toes, cow-facing pose. Press into your palms, send the hips up and back, slow and steady through downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Rise to the balls of the feet, bend your knees, tabletop. Look forward, drop the belly. Exhale and release the toes, round the spine. Inhale, forward, cow facing pose. Exhale, sit it back and up, finding downward facing dog again here. Pedaling it out if that feels right. Breathing in. Breathing out. Once more, rise to the balls of the feet, knees bend, tabletop. Lift your heart. Exhale, round it through. Pressing into your palm, pull the belly up. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round it through. Good. So from here, come into a neutral tabletop again. So just a little flow prepping through your Chaturanga. We're going to connect a few movements here. The elbows are going to bend back. We're going to lower our chest halfway. And we'll inhale, lift it up, and take it onto our heels for child's pose. So move with me here. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, elbows lower halfway. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, take it back. Again, breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Back through downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Inhale, stretch the right leg up for a three-legged dog stretch. Work your chest back towards that left. And really reaching through the ball of that right foot. Take it higher. Exhale, release it down to the mat. Inhale, now left leg, stretch it up, pressing through the ball of that left foot. Draw your chest towards your right thigh. Breathe in. Exhale, let it go. Good. Rise to the balls of the feet, and we're going to walk to the front of the mat. Hang out here a moment. Maybe a little bit wider of a stance here. Softer knees, of course. Be very mindful that you keep a soft bend in your knees. Let your arms kind of hang a little bit. Feel the weight in your feet. Make sure you're not locking out your ankles or bringing too much weight back into the heels or too much weight forward into the balls of the feet. Try to evenly distribute that weight. Bring the hands to the shins, lift your heart halfway. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands at the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift the heart here. Exhale, let it go. So if you have your blocks at the top of the mat, they'll come in handy. We're going to step the left foot all the way back. So option to stay here or lower the knee. And again, blocks in your hands. So if we're staying here with the balance, pressing back on that left heel, right arm is going to reach up, find a twist. Take a deep breath in. Keep moving into that right side. Exhale, right hand is gonna come down. We're gonna drop the left heel. So now we're really grounded through the left side. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up for extended side angle. Also option to be here. Option to be on your fingers, or of course the block, which is so handy to really ground down, to rise here. Gazing up at the left fingertips, take a deep breath in. Press into that right palm. We'll come right into warrior two. Good, turn that palm up and we'll reverse our warrior. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel hands down. You can move the blocks aside and take your plank pose. So if you're not commonly practicing your plank pose, I don't know what you're doing, but you should lower your knees here. So you can still work here. I'm not going to lower into the hips. I'm not sinking here. It's here or here. So take your pick. Deep breath in. Try to gaze forward. Maybe you lift your right leg up. Maybe you're like, just kidding. Let's rest it on that left heel. Press it back a little bit. And if you feel like your hips are dropping, think about lifting the tailbone like there's a string attached, taking you up a little bit higher. Then there's less weight in your palms. Release the right leg down, bend your knees. Modify that vinyasa if you'd like here. Take it down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. I think I forgot this is a mini class, so we're going to move a little bit faster. Take a deep breath in. And out. Good. Right leg stretches up and step it forward in between your hands. Low crescent lunge. Lower that left knee. Rise up. Heart lifts. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step it forward and fold. Inhale, rise. Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, hands at the heart. Left side, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down. Find your blocks if you did so. Right foot back. Fingertips are using your blocks. Open up with that twist. Take that left arm up. Press into that left foot. So the dual action here as we move into that left side, we're lengthening through the right. Engage in your hip flexor. Lift your heart. Exhale, that left hand is down. Drop your right heel. Take the right arm up, extended side angle. Again, a block is your tool. It is not a crutch. It's a way for you to make more space. Deep breath, inhale. So we're pressing down to lift up. The legs stay the same, left arm over the left knee. Try and check in with your arms. And your feet here, your left heel should kind of line up with the instep of your right. Pressing into that foot, take it back, peaceful warrior. Good, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Plank pose, you remember. Options here, lower the knees, stay here, work on some upper body, or come into this plank pose where we are. A little core engagement, hugging into the midline of the body. And the left leg is up, you could stay here. Left leg maybe rests on top of that right heel. Again, don't drop the hips. Keep pulling up. Take another breath in. And out. Woo! Back to plank pose. Take your Chaturanga, lowering here. Lifting up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Say ha. Ha. Left leg, stretch it up. And step it forward. In between the hands, lower the knee. Low crescent, lift your heart. Shift your hips forward. Exhale, hands down to the mat. And step it forward. Let's fold. Where are we? What time is it? 3. I can't breathe.
You got about 5.
So just kind of grabbing the opposite elbows here. Good. We're going to shake our head, yes, no. Finally got my flow, I feel.
Oh.
Good. Hands to the shins, halfway, and fold. Good. Bend your knees, come to sit. We're going to take a little balance, a little boat balance. So little movement here, right into this boat. options. If we're here, we can be here, or we can be here. So imagine pulling the belly button back and down towards the tail and lifting your heart up past the toes. Maybe the arms lift up here. Maybe work on straightening those legs. If you feel a little rumbling, that means it's working. That's a good sign. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath. We're going to start to slowly from here. Lower, lower, lower. And just pause a moment. Move your feet a little bit. Good. Feel that core rumbling. We're going to lower, 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 and down. Just take a moment. Building that heat feels good. Deepening our breath feels good. It reminds us that we are here. Just closing your eyes for a moment. And feeling that warmth you've created, that energy. It's almost like a bubble surrounding you. And inside that bubble, it's all that love, kindness that we can show each other, that we can show ourselves each and every day. So take a stretch as we prepare to settle into Shavasana. We'll just do a little stretching here. Bring the right knee into your chest. You can kind of work into that right side. We paid a lot of attention to our hips today, so show that right side some love. Good. Stretch that right leg up towards the ceiling. Good. Slowly lower that right leg down. And take the left knee into your chest. Roll it out a little bit. And stretch the left leg up towards the ceiling, hamstring. Just gently release it down. And begin to settle here. Moving the backs of the shoulders, the legs. And just collectively take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale side out. Soften the body, close the eyes. Maybe you silently repeat to yourself, may I be filled with love and kindness. May I be kind to myself in good times and bad. May I be well and live at ease. You are, of course, welcome to take as long as of Shavasana as you'd like. And if you are ready, you can just gently move to one side. And if and when you're ready, come to sit. Just bring the hands to your heart. I'm so grateful to be able to